You're going to hear an audio tape of Grandma Iole Banker, Grandma Iole Martinat, and I'm going to show you photos that are important to the family. This is probably one of my favorite photos ever, just because it's of me and Grandma together in our wheelchair van. I think this one we called Minnie. It was the first one it was gray, I think they really called it a steel blue color, Toyota Sienna. And the ramp didn't work so well on this one, so eventually we got the white one, also Toyota Sienna. And we gave that a nickname of Vinnie. So Minnie and Vinnie. I think this one was in Minnie, so a little bit earlier on, probably around 2014, 15, 16, something like that. Probably 15 or 16. We don't have very many pictures of Grandma Iole and me together in the car. We have plenty of pictures together at home and stuff, but it's nice to have a picture of the two of us together in the car, because in the van, the minivan. That was some of our happiest times, was when we could get out of the house and go for a little drive somewhere, have something to eat, or go to the lake or a park. With this one, we spent a lot of time up at Mary's Market in Sierra Madre, but it wasn't taken there. This photo was taken by my mom, Yolanda Alani, at her little house where she lived, at 860. So it's looking across the street, I think, from her house. Pretty sure. Okay, and Grandma Iole might be talking a little bit in her Prustinank dialect that the Waldensians, Valdesi people speak. And that blouse there, she wore a lot, very often. She's actually kind of pretty far up in the van in this picture. Usually she'd be a little bit further back behind me, not quite equal, still up front, but just a little bit farther back. Okay. Oops.
Cosa avresti buttato venerdì? Cosa avresti buttato?
What do I want to wear?
Mm-hmm.
I have to wear anything?
No.
I have to wear something?
No. Magari really buttato questo.
Wait, how do you say this?
Questo. This?
Yeah, the gray ones.
Questo bianco?
Yeah.
Urus.
No, bianco.
Bianco?
So the white one or the red one, what do you want to wear?
Lighter, because I have my midterm tomorrow.
Questo bianco?
Yeah.
Urus.
No, bianco.
Bianco?
Yeah, lighter, because I have my midterm tomorrow.
Okay. Ceci pour demain?
Yeah.
So ceci for demain, ceci pour demain is this for tomorrow. Wear this for tomorrow.
From tomorrow?
Okay. Ceci pour demain?
Yeah.
Et venerdì?
La stessa cosa.
Huh?
La stessa cosa. The same thing, how do you say that?
La stessa cosa?
Uh-huh.
Avresti buttato che cosa? Avresti gray e neri?
No, I like the gray. How do you say?
You want the black pants or the gray ones?
Avresti buttato che cosa? Avresti gray e neri?
No, I like the gray. How do you say?
Buttare che cosa? Patro coat.
Taka?
So something that's not too hot, we wanted to wear.
Avresti buttato che cosa? Avresti gray e neri?
No, I like the gray. How do you say?
Buttare che cosa? Patro coat.
Taka?
Via.
What's taka?
I don't know.
You don't know what
Buttare che cosa? Patro coat.
You don't want to wear something too hot.
I don't know. Puta. Takot puta kay cosa patchup coat. That's not too hard. Because to see patchup coat, I don't know how to get that off. Because to, my God, because to tapapi puta, because to perlog temp.
She said, maybe wear this. You haven't worn this for a long time. And it must have been a stain I had too that she didn't know how to get out of there. There's our little Christmas tree. She liked that Christmas tree from Charlie Brown. You know, they have that little small Christmas tree that's kind of twisted to the side. She really liked Charlie Brown shows. See how her head kind of leaned here? This was earlier on, you know, like I said, maybe 2015 or so. And we had to put her kind of close to the wall so I could stick a pillow like where I'm standing there to kind of prop her neck up. But then later on, that wasn't a problem anymore. She would keep her neck up a lot better. And, you know, right before she died, she was doing so good of being so strong. It might have been that she was too strong to make me think she was that sick with a urinary tract infection. So she got a lot better. It's just too bad when she was doing practically her best ever. You know, everything went downhill. So, this is a picture of Grandma Iole when she was about 17. She liked this picture a lot of her. It was one of the few professional pictures she had. So I guess this picture was taken in 2017. So some of those other pictures that I just showed you were probably, yeah, it even says 2016 on these. See, at the bottom there it says 2016, December 26th, 2016. And so she looked like a movie star in this picture. And this was taken at the El Monte Airport, the San Gabriel Valley Airport, in 2017, October 30th. And they must have had a plane show, so we went down the walkway from the little restaurant there, Ania's Kitchen, and got up close with some planes, which was nice. She had this thing on her arm because once in a while I would kind of bang her arm by mistake on something, and because she was on Xarelto, it would bruise really easily and have some cuts. So, you know, I never meant to hit it on anything, but, you know, sometimes she'd stick it out instead of inside the wheelchair. And
Pretty purple one.
Yeah. Yeah, Tanautu purple. Where's the other purple?
Autu is the other.
Pielu fair.
Fair?
Fair.
Fair. You said. What's that?
Iron.
Fair is the iron. She would iron my clothes.
Pielu fair.
Fair?
Fair.
Fair. You said. What's that?
Iron.
Oh, I get it, iron. I thought you said fart.
Beautiful Pielu fair.
Fair.
No. Fair.
Fair.
I could never pronounce things quite right in her dialect. She'd say it, then I'd try to say it, and I'd be wrong, and so then she'd say it again, and I'd try again, and still be wrong. Kind of funny. Love that big smile. She had long hair there for a while.
Ropialo there. There. No. There. 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 Here. And in the mine, there. Okay.
Tell me you're gonna iron.
Stiru.
The clothes. You're gonna iron the clothes.
Stiru la roba per anni che magari che cosa da portare a scuola domani.
So she's going to iron the clothes. To iron. It's a different word than the iron. She's going to iron the clothes for me to wear for school tomorrow. And school was probably, this was 2003, I think. So it was the college school. UCLA.
Clothes. You're gonna iron the clothes.
Stiro la roba per anni che magari che cosa da portare a scuola domani. Stiru
La roba
per anni che chi porta per domani a scuola.
and a soft boiled.
Oh, honey, I haven't got time to do. No, I
You
don't.
don't have time for me.
This is all we can do now. I gotta iron. Sylvilla va neuf. Kale Patrick dear.
In a soft boiled egg.
Yeah, okay. Say fuck on my diesel. Ping diver. Mac Freda. Epitula thing.
Take some cold water, put it in a pan.
Epitula thing.
Put the egg inside.
So I guess she's explaining in her dialect how to make a boiled egg, or what do you call that? Kind of a hard-boiled egg. So let's see here. You can see over here it says the name of the coffee shop where we would have lunch a lot of the time at the airport there. Ania's Kitchen coffee shop. It was just one story. There was something else maybe on the second floor. There's outdoor seating and then indoor. Okay, let's listen to that again. See if we can try to see what she said.
This is all we can do now. I gotta iron. Sylvilla va neuf. Kale Patrick dear.
I guess we're trying to make an egg that's not too hard boiled, maybe? Not too hard.
Sylvilla va neuf.
Enough is it's not 9, it's enough. Enough.
I gotta iron. Sylvilla va neuf. Kale Patrick dear.
In a soft boiled egg.
Yeah, okay. Say fuck on my diesel.
Yeah, we're making a soft boiled egg, not a hard boiled egg. So she's saying to make an egg that's not, too hard boiled. This would be how to do it. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Keep getting shadows, reflections. Oh. Oh. Can't get rid of those reflections. Kind of hard to hold the recorder and hold this at the same time. Let's see. Boy.
Ping diver.
So a ping diva is just a little bit of water, I think, in a pan.
Kale Patrick dear.
In a soft boiled egg.
Yeah, okay. Say fuck on my diesel. Ping diver. Mac Freda.
I guess the water is not cold. Mac Freda. Or butt cold? Not cold?
I mean a soft-boiled egg.
Okay. Say pa ko madisli. Ang ping driver, Mac Freda, epitular hitting.
So put the egg inside, butu the ding. Here's this tuna casserole recipe. I love tuna casseroles. This was the one that Grandma Iole, my Wolfie, would make for me. And she was probably making half of the recipe. That's why it says 4 ounces instead 1 can instead of 2, 4 ounces instead of 8, that kind of thing. It's delicious. I don't think she put the paprika over it. I think she skipped that part. And this is my dad, Eugene, and his Boy Scouts of America certificate when he was a cub. So if this was in April of 1945, his birthday was on the 3rd of April, so this is the 5th of April. So if he was born in 33, 43, 44, 45, so he would have been 12. And I would think that signature, it says chairman or chairman of the PAT committee. It says E.A. Coates, so that would have been my dad's dad, so Eldred. And I'm not sure what my dad's middle name was. Maybe it was Arthur. So, my dad had the same initials as his dad, so E.A. Coates, EAC, Eugene Arthur Coates, so Eldred, maybe Arthur Coates. I didn't know that it was my dad's dad who was the chairman of the Boy Scouts troop that he was in. That's nice to know that he was active in it, And there's a picture of my dad, Eugene Arthur Coates. I think we figured he would have been about 12 there. It's actually kind of cute there. Look at that. Let me see if I can get a better picture of it. I think he really looked more like his mom, Elsie, than like his dad. At least maybe the eyes. Well, it's neat to be able to see the signature of my grandfather, Eldred, maybe Arthur Coates. I don't really have too many photos of my dad when he was a boy. So it's nice to see what he looked like when he was a little boy. Okay. Let's see.
Take some cold water, put it in the pan. Put the egg inside.
Ew, I think is multiple eggs. If is 1 egg. Or ew might be more the dialect and if might be more French.
Ew.
Epui is and then.
Lubitu sa fik. Ikata. Say fire again. Lubitu sa fik.
So put it on the fire is what she's trying to say. Put the egg in the little pan on the fire, with the water in it. And this photo was taken at the what used to be Embassy Suites. It was used to be Embassy Suites, but now it's the what do they call it? Well, I guess no, it used to be the Velvet Turtle, and then now it's Embassy Suites. We liked all the palm trees in there. They had a little restaurant that we'd eat at sometimes at the holidays, or I'm dressed up here, so maybe we invited Justin with us. I'm not sure. It could have been somebody else taking the picture, and I just wanted to look better since it was a holiday. But yeah, I mean, there's Grandma Iole wearing that warm jacket I bought her. Yeah, she really seemed to have a lot more control of her arms and upper body when a few years later, this was still too close to when she had that blood clot. It just seemed like she was doing so much better towards the end there. Just too bad. But, well, this is me and my neighbor playing up in the tree when I was little. I think I have my Grandpa Bob's pilot hat on there. This is at the Santa Anita racetrack at the Front Runner restaurant upstairs. Okay, let's listen to the rest of the recipe.
Again, like louder. Lubitu saliva, plain lubitu sa fik.
So put in the water in the pan with the egg and put it on the fire. I always thought that word sounded kind of funny. It sounds a little bit like a bad word.
Lubitu saliva, plain lubitu sa fik. Ang pin applica taburi. And let the water boil, but the water should be covering the egg, completely. Yeah.
Boy is to boil. This picture was taken at this cute little diner in like Eagle Rock called Cindy's, and Grandma Iole liked to go there. We only went there a couple times, but it was really cute inside, and they had good cakes and things like that.
Ang pin applica taburi. And let the water boil, but the water should be covering the egg, completely. Yeah. You don't take the shell off the egg or anything. No. Et puis, quand taburi per 5 minutes.
After it boils for 5 minutes.
Applica taburi. And let the water boil, but the water should be covering the egg, completely. Yeah. You don't take the shell off the egg or anything. No. Et puis, quand taburi per 5 minutes. Let it boil for 5 minutes? No. Quand laiva buri. As soon as the water boils. And lugavo. Take it out. That's it.
Oh, so as soon as the water boils, then take the pan with the egg in it off of the fire and just let it sit there for 5 minutes and rest and finish cooking, but not cooking in the hot water, but not on the fire itself. This photo was taken at Grandma Iole's house where she used to live with Grandpa Bob, 9835, a 2-story. And I remember those rugs and the piano and the chair there and that picture on the wall. And my neighbors and I would dress up with some of Grandma Iola's jewelry, like these necklaces and some clothes. And I think that must have been a wig. Definitely a wig. We had fun, I guess, dressing up. It was nice she let us do that.
Off the egg or anything.
No. E poi canta bui per 5 minuti.
Let it boil for 5 minutes.
No. Canta a bui, canta live a bui.
As soon as the water boils.
En lo gavo.
The gobble, take it out.
That's it. Gavo la padella, se può come di padella.
Padella?
I don't know.
Okay, so as soon as the water boils with the egg in it, on the fire, just take the whole pan with the egg in it. Leave the egg still in the water, but take it off the fire.
Gava, that's it.
So gava means to take off, take out of the fire. There's my dad holding me when I was a little tiny baby. I must have been really little there. I like that picture of him. He's handsome there. He must have been about 48 there, I would imagine.
E poi lo lascio per 5 minuti.
Leave it for 5 minutes.
E se tu vuoi dur,
Hard-boiled egg like me. I like that.
magari lo lascio
However long you left my last one.
15 minuti.
So if you want a really hard-boiled egg, then leave it there in the water. Leave the egg there in the water for maybe about 15 minutes.
Just leave the egg still in the water, but take it off the fire.
Gava, that's it. E poi lo lascio per 5 minuti.
Leave it for 5 minutes.
E se tu vuoi dur,
Hard-boiled egg like me.
Si voulez, is if you like, it's,
magari lo lascio
However long you left my last one.
15 minuti. 15.
15 minutes?
Magari.
Wow. Okay, can you say,
No, ora da sera.
how do you say, like, light the fire? Turn on the fire.
Ang giro lo fek. Si passa sa dapat. Makat studi.
Gira means to turn.
Giro lo fek. Si passa sa dapat. Makat studi. Studi pa. Fai attention da fek.
Pay attention of the fire. I don't know what she was saying before, zuke or suke or whatever.
The fire.
Ang giro lo fek.
This is Grandma, my great-grandma Ida, congratulating my mom, Lonnie, on giving birth to me. That's a great picture. She looks really happy.
Passa sa dapat. Makat studi. Studi pa. Fai attention da fek. Perché approvvisate.
Is, pay attention to the fire because it could burn you.
Does that mean?
Can burn you.
What does that whole sentence mean?
Huh?
What does that whole sentence mean? Like, be careful or